Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we're taking a look at a new release from AVI-8. It's actually available for purchase right now, and you can use my code to save, I believe, 20% on this model, which will all be down in the description below. This obviously is the Tuskegee Airmen AVI-8 limited edition. It's kind of a pilot style watch. Obviously AVI-8 produces mainly pilot style watches, and it's a limited edition. Comes with an extra strap as well, and some pretty cool packaging, which I noticed here, as you can see. So yeah, let's open the box and take a look. Opening the box, as you can see, there's a little pamphlet here, the AVI-8 Tuskegee Airmen, limited edition, 310 pieces. You can read here a little bit about the airmen, the history of the African Americans who participated in the air crew, ground crew and operations support training during the Army Air Corps during World War II. Now I removed the watch itself from the top layer, and as you can see, it does come with a nice kind of NATO style band here and a spring bar tool remover, as you can see. Pretty decent quality, kind of like these seatbelt style ones, with a custom AVI-8 buckle. Pretty standard stuff here, but it is nice to receive an extra band with your watch. I believe pricing is $290 US, which is a little high in my honest opinion there. But obviously with the discount code, you can get a much better price at around 20% off $290. You're going to pay around $240, around $235 shipped worldwide. Which is an okay price. Now, finally, here is the watch in front of you. This model is dubbed with the exact number AVI-4103-02. As you can see, it's a pretty cool looking watch, and something a little different than some of their previous releases. I found the case to be very thin and nice. I really like their case cut here on this model, and the color. And there's a few different color variations. Obviously, this is the kind of navy blue variation, as you can see here. Now, it might seem automatic, but it's not actually automatic. It's running a Mecha Quartz three-handed movement. So kind of like most of you guys are familiar with the Mecha Quartz chronograph movements. It's kind of the same thing. It's kind of a Mecha Quartz three-handed movement. So there's no chronograph, but you kind of do get that smooth sweep of the seconds hand, which runs around the dial. Now the watch itself is actually a pretty nice size for the watch enthusiast. You're looking at 40 millimeters housed in the solid 316L stainless steel case, and it's extremely thin at 12 millimeters, which is really nice. We get 50 meters of water resistance on this model, so definitely not one to take in the water. I would have liked to see at least 100 meters on a watch, in this style, but it's a shame they only put 50 meters. But anyway, the watch is actually pretty decent in terms of looks and case construction, the case cut, and overall case finishing. The watch itself is running the VH31 Seiko Mecha Quartz movement. It's a multi-layered dial with a lot of lume applied as well. And they use some nice colors, especially on this model, which is the Lucera blue dial. As you can see, we get a nice blue bezel with a 12-hour bezel, so you can keep a second time zone. And then we get a nice little hint of yellow over there on the chapter ring, which does state Tuskegee Airmen. We get loomed markers, loomed pilot-style hands, and a nice yellow sweeping seconds hand, or tipped yellow. Getting in a little closer, you can see this is a mineral crystal with anti-reflective coating. Once again, I would like to see a sapphire crystal at this price point. $290 to get a mineral crystal is not really acceptable in today's times. But anyway, I really like the overall look, fit, and finish of the watch. As you can see, you get a nice brushed stainless steel case with chamfered polished edges. We get a nice custom crown with the Tuskegee Airmen logo, which is pretty cool. The bezel is actually pretty nice. It lines up very nicely. As you can see, with that anti-reflective coating, it is very legible at all different angles, even the light shining completely on the watch. It is a very legible watch, as it's meant to be. It is a pilot-style watch. It comes on a 20mm genuine leather AVI-8 style band, which actually fits this model pretty nicely, as you can see here. We get a custom AVI-8 buckle, pretty similar to most of their other buckles. As you can see, going to the case back, we get the custom Tuskegee Airmen logo here, which is actually pretty cool. Screwed down, completely brushed on the case back. And as you can see, it does state Tuskegee Airmen in a reddish color on the back side of this genuine leather band here, which is pretty cool. Now, if you guys don't know how to function this movement, it's pretty simple. It's run on a battery. It has a pretty long battery life, and they're pretty accurate as well. Really nice grip on this crown here. No crown guards, kind of that vintage aesthetic. You get one position, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, one position here. I believe that's one position. Yes, that's one position. So I pull out one position here. You can set the time. Very nice resistance, easy to set the time. Very legible hands. So you can see we have the AVI-8 logo printed below 12. Push it back down and you're all good to go. Now this bezel here, It's actually very nice. You can see a glimpse of the dial. It's a multi-layered dial. As you can see, you get that nice kind of grainy navy blue dial, which actually looks really cool with those markers which are applied and outlined as well. But the bezel itself is a 12-hour bezel, so you can keep a second time zone on the fly here. It's only one way, and it's 120 clicks. And it's actually very nice, the bezel action. I was quite surprised by that. And everything does line up perfectly to that 12 o'clock position. And there goes the case back sticker. Now, the watch itself does have okay loom, I must say, and the band's actually really flexible. Very comfortable to wear. Right out of the box, I mean, it's pretty much broken in already. Really, really nice quality on the band. But yeah, I want to get you guys a loom shot. Let's check out the loom and see how it looks, guys. And the watch is all loomed up for about 10 seconds. As you can see, we get a loomed bezel as well. So the bezel is fully loomed, the hands are loomed, and the markers. I must say the hands are probably the brightest part of the dial. And then the other parts kind of fade much, much quicker. But the hands are definitely very legible. And the bezel is pretty decent as well. Now, planted on my 6.5-inch wrist, as you can see, the watch fits really nicely. Actually looks really nice on wrist. Great use of color play on this watch. You can really get a good read of the time just at a glance. And the crystal actually, the mineral crystal actually works really nice. Beautiful case cut, as you can see. I've never seen AVI-8 produce a case like that. Very thin, kind of curves down towards the end, chamfered polished edges on top of those 20mm lugs. Band is really comfortable straight out of the box, no need to worry about changing that. And overall, it's a pretty, nice looking watch. Not too heavy. It's pretty light, actually. I believe it's like 80 grams or so. Not too bad. But yeah, definitely very legible. Looks good on the wrist. It's a good everyday watch, I'd say. So furthermore, guys, I think it's a pretty cool release. What really caught my eye was this case. I really like the case. Very thin, very nicely cut. Just feels really soft, and the brushing feels really smooth, I should say. And there are no sharp edges or anything like that. You get that really cool kind of design on the back, which is always nice of AVI-8. They always put cool designs on the case backs. Very legible, decently sized. If you have a 6.5-inch wrist or even 6 inches, this should fit you perfectly. Nice lug to lug size here, around 47-48mm, which is really nice. I think everything kind of flows together very nicely. But yeah, if you're looking for a decent pilot style watch with a mecha quartz movement, not a chronograph mecha quartz movement, this could be something for you. As you can see here, you do get the seconds as well on the inner portion of that white chapter ring, which is pretty cool. But yeah, overall it's a good looking watch. I must say it is a good looking watch. Just one thing I might change is to add a sapphire crystal at this price point of $290 US. Definitely needs a sapphire crystal. That's probably the only thing I'd change on the watch. Besides that, I think it's a pretty cool looking watch. I like how it looks. I like the whole boxing, how it comes and everything. I think it's pretty cool. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below as usual. This is Watch Addiction Watch Reviews with the new AVI-8 Tuskegee Airmen. Pretty interesting pilot style watch and a limited edition release from AVI-8. I will drop a link to them down in the description below as usual so you can check them out. Definitely use my discount code. We'll save you 20% and get you free international shipping. All that down in the description below, guys. Definitely subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.